We're now entering the farmyard garden, as they call it, where it supplied the house with fresh fruit and vegetables down through the years. As we carry on now, we look at the glasshouse that has been restored. And this has all been worked by volunteers. And the volunteers come out here on a regular basis, 4 or 5 days a week, to keep it and maintain it. Now, they were left by derelict back in the 60s and 70s. As you can see, one up against the wall over is still derelict, but work has to be done on it. Now, all the produce that's produced there is sold to the public, and the funds go back into more restoration work. You have potting houses for seedlings. You have a selection of tomatoes and shrubs, and in their heyday, these are the most beautiful glass houses. We'll go through one here now. And they're brought back to their former glory. This is the potting house, and underneath there's galvanized water tanks, and you have heat in here. Cast iron pipes there underneath, and solid fuel heaters back in the 1800s, which was a mighty achievement. All this produce, as I say, is for sale, and it's sold to the public. That's the old boiler house, which again is going to be restored, and the pipes are still intact there. This glass house here where the vines are, again, is another project that's to be restored in the future. The work done here by volunteers is something unbelievable. They keep these in pristine condition. This is the tomato house. And they've all varieties of tomatoes there. Splendid plants and laden with fruit. Again, it's great work being done by volunteers, and it's a credit to them. We're now heading for the rose garden, and this is the pathway to the rose garden. Selection of shrubs, and the rose garden is completely walled in. Before we go into the rose garden, on your left here is known as the leisure garden, where people used to relax and unwind. This is the entrance to the rose garden. Beautifully laid out, hedging in pristine condition. Unfortunately, the roses are late this year, and they're not in their full bloom. But when in full bloom, the colour is just magnificent. Laid out in about 2 acres of grounds, and there's roses of all shapes and sizes here. Again, kept in excellent condition due to the volunteers. Right. This is the Italian garden, built in the early 1900s. The Italian garden is an important feature of the pleasure gardens. The name is thought to have originated from the artefact in the centre, which was brought from Italy by Lady Barrymore around 1910. This is the first gardening wellhead made in 1450. While each area during the pleasure gardens had their own unique identity, none compared to that of the Italian garden, which is enclosed by a yew hedge. This gives the garden an extra air of seclusion and repose, which undoubtedly was the reason for being one of the most popular areas of pleasure gardens. Unfortunately, in the late 1970s, the hedge was removed and the sunken area was filled in. The area was then planted up with a selection of conifers, heathers and azaleas. In 1999, the garden staff rediscovered the old walls and the sunken area was excavated. The following year, the yew hedge was replanted along the lines of the original layout. In 2002, under the direction of the architectural section of the OPW, work commenced on restoring the paths, walls and other hard landscape features. The garden staff completed the soft landscaping in spring 2004. The above gardens look back as they were in the 1920s, 30s and 40s. And as we leave Fota house and gardens, if you look north behind the house is Fota Hotel and Resort and Golf Club on the same tract of land. To the south, Fota Wildlife Park. And as we move out now, we leave the grounds of the estate. All we must say is thank you to the groundsmen for the work they've done, both in keeping the grounds in pristine condition, and to the volunteers for the house and walled-in garden, who was run by the Irish Heritage Trust. The Arboretum is run by the OPW, and they do a pristine job. Thanks for watching, and if you're out of Ireland and you decide to come to Ireland for a holiday or visit, do please come to Cove, our garrison town in the most beautiful harbour, second greatest harbour in the world. We've got so much to offer, both for leisure, for fishing. We have a beautiful harbour. We have the Cove Heritage Centre, where hundreds of thousands of people emigrated out of this port from all over Ireland. You've got the Titanic experience, which tells the story of the ill-fated ship and the people that left Cove on it, and some survived, most of them drowned. You've got St. Colum's Cathedral, again standing overlooking the harbour, and in the centre of the harbour we have our own Alcatraz, Spike Island, which originally was a monastic settlement, became Fort Mitchell Prison for convicts that were sent to Van Diemen's Land. After that it was taken over by the Irish, well, for the British Army during the First World War, and then when it was handed over to the Irish Army in 1937, it was an army base. Became a prison again in the 70s for a short period of time, and now it's a heritage centre, one of the best in the country. So do pay us a visit. Thanks for watching. As we leave now, we look at one of the most glorious trees of the estate, a Macrocarpa, planted in 1847. Again, thanks for watching. Do visit our beautiful town and harbour.